Our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
So what you just saw was a parody clip from Jimmy Kimmel, Democrat funny man and water holder for the propagandized extreme left. Well, if you weren't completely offended by it, let me go a little further, because Melania Trump just responded to it with this. Kimmel's hateful and violent rhetoric is intended to divide our country. His monologue about my family isn't comedy. His words are corrosive and deepen the political sickness within America. People like Kimmel shouldn't have the opportunity to enter our homes each evening and to spread hate. A coward like Kimmel hides behind ABC because he knows the network will keep running cover to protect him. Well, enough is enough. It's time for ABC to take a stand. How many times will ABC's leadership enable Jimmy Kimmel's atrocious behavior at the expense of our community? Melania, America agrees. This is disgusting, it's vile, and it has no place in the American discourse. Keep in mind that ABC has a taxpayer supported FCC license that should be pulled if they don't take this kind of hateful rhetoric off of the air. Now, remember the last time that Jimmy Kimmel was caught going after Donald Trump with hateful rhetoric? Well, this is how he responded. Remember this.
Fragile little snowflake. What a blowhard. He's a blowhard and a snowflake. He's a blowflake is what he is. He should change the hats to say, "Make America Wine Again." It's more than half of this country voted for the criminal. Still trying to figure out what happened.
So there was no apology from Jimmy Kimmel at that time when he went directly after Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk in this instance with terribly insensitive comments just hours after the Kirk event. So Jimmy Kimmel has no shame. He knows his role is to carry water for the hateful Democrat Party and this propagandized machine. So what should happen with the FCC license with ABC? My first question to you, the comments are open. Do you agree with Melania Trump that this is vile, it's disgusting, and it has no place in America? So here's a comment totally agree with. Trump's life was threatened once again, and Jimmy Kimmel's first instinct, his first instinct, is to go ahead and attack Melania Trump. That's vile. It's disgusting. And that's exactly what he did with Charlie Kirk. Exactly, to a T. What's wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Here's Meghan McCain, John McCain, the late senator's daughter. I'm deeply sick of Jimmy Kimmel and the hate that he spreads in this world. Couldn't agree more. It's vile. These comments are meant to legitimize political violence. Jimmy Kimmel should not be on the air. So there's all over X, all over the internet right now, calls for Jimmy Kimmel to be fired. Should he? There's calls to boycott ABC and Disney. Should we? And should we not remember the role that Jimmy Kimmel plays within the Democrat Party? Remember, the politics, right? All of the propagandized machine in D.C. in the swamp, they've captured Hollywood. Jimmy Kimmel is captured. And what he says has been told to him to be said. Make no mistake about that. This was scripted. This is exactly the playbook for the left. When they get caught saying something that is vile, that threatens their income, his ability, you could see the tears in his eyes off on the right side when he was last caught saying something insensitive. And what happened here in this case with Charlie Kirk and Jimmy Kimmel, is that one of the largest franchise holders of the Jimmy Kimmel and ABC shows, they just decided that they didn't like Jimmy Kimmel. They were going to put him off on the side for a little bit. So Jimmy Kimmel didn't get fired at this time by ABC. It was the market speaking, where one of the largest license holders to push this propaganda out said enough. So should we expect an apology from Jimmy Kimmel? And do you agree with what First Lady Melania Trump said? That Jimmy's a coward and that he hides behind ABC because he knows that ABC will do everything they can to protect him, because the water holder Jimmy Kimmel is serving a purpose. The question is, what purpose is he serving by saying such hateful and violent rhetoric? Its intention is, make no mistake about it, to divide our country. Why do the Democrats want to divide our country going into midterms? Why do the Democrats feel threatened to just say that it was wrong what we saw at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Is that so hard? Because what they're doing right now is taking the opposite side, right? Where they are politically sick and motivated to defend the indefensible. That's where the Democrats and the progressives are right now, and that's exactly where Jimmy Kimmel is. Let me know your thoughts. The comments are wide open. If you've yet to subscribe to America First Alerts, please do so. We'd love to have you along for the ride. And our next story is going to be one that you don't want to miss. This is where I give you all of the receipts on what the Democrat leadership and what the lower levels of the Democrat propaganda machine are saying and how they're reacting to this weekend's events. And it's vile. But you have to see what we're dealing with, because the question ultimately for all of us, and this is the same here with Jimmy Kimmel, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. Believe Jimmy Kimmel, and I bring the receipts in this next story that you're not going to want to miss. It's coming up right now.